The threat of the Coldane cartel forced the Daggerfall gangs together, but it's a brittle alliance. To convince them to form a proper thieves guild, we stole the Codex Vornet. But before we can see where it leads, we have a puzzle to solve. 3 puzzles, in fact. What research did Lord Very want from the Mages Guild? Is that our only way to decipher the Codex? And how does the key stored in the Bank of Daggerfall fit in? Add that the Coldane cartel, and it's a lot to deal with. Talk to the gang leaders, Celine, Edwayne, and Abrasia. Engage them with tasks to invest them in our puzzles. They don't trust each other, and they don't trust me. But you're new. Every estate showed me you have potential. What do you say? To find the Nowhere Vault, we need to decipher the Codex. So, get Edwayne to help with the Mages Guild, Celine to assist at the bank, and Abrasia to figure out the cartel's role in all this. Also, I brought in job brokers, in case you want more to do. I leave that to you. Abrasia can be impatient, so I wouldn't keep her waiting too long. On the other hand, we don't know much about the research Lord Very wanted from the Mages Guild. It could be another book, or a visiting scholar about to leave. Things can sit in a bank forever. Still, Lord Very's heirs now own this key or heirloom he left in the bank. If the Coldane cartel gets to them, we might lose it. All 3 jobs seem urgent to me, so pick one to start and do your best. They don't agree on anything. Oh, Edwayne and Celine agree Abrasia is a violent thug, while Abrasia and Edwayne see Celine as a spoiled dilettante. But that's not very helpful for finding common ground. Which leader do you want to ask about? Don't let the fine clothes and graceful manners fool you. Celine is a very capable burglar. She studies her marks with care, devising clever ways to slip into a noble's vault or mingle with wealthy guests. No one ever realizes she's a thief. It's true that Edwayne and Abrasia lead larger gangs, but Basil, and now Celine, have built House Menant into an efficient criminal operation nestled within Daggerfall's elite society. They're experts at retrieving high-value hauls. Abrasia's a wild one. She's a notorious highway robber who leads a gang called the Roadsworn. They plunder caravans and raid trading posts, taking what they want at sword point. It's reckless, but Abrasia makes it seem romantic. Abrasia doesn't bother to steal from the common folk, and she doesn't hurt anyone who isn't trying to hurt her. But yes, she's left plenty of caravan guards dead in the road. Abrasia laughs at danger and lives loud. Her Roadsworn love her for it. Abrasia and her Roadsworn were the first gang to attract the attention of the Coldane cartel, most likely because of her interest in caravans and trading posts. She's hurt the cartel's legitimate mercantile businesses, such as they are. Edwayne grew up as a pickpocket on the streets, stealing to survive. Many gutter snipes don't get far in life, but Edwayne made lots of friends and learned to use his wits. He's clever, cautious, and popular with the common folk. Many of them see Edwayne and his street hawks as protectors. They guard the streets from more violent criminals, and take care not to steal more than people can bear to lose. Edwayne's not only a skilled thief, he has eyes and ears everywhere. I have no preference. Basil reached out and I'm just here to help. That's why I want to see how they cooperate when given a common goal. They need to decide for themselves which vision is ultimately best for their guild. That's not up to me. Certainly. The tip board here features quick jobs such as pickpocketing or safe box pilfering in various locations. They turn over fast, so you should see something different there every day. Up above, you'll find Heist Master Farindar. He oversees risky, time-sensitive jobs that offer high rewards. Or you could check the reacquisition board in the next room. Jocelyn Media is always looking for help recovering lost property.
I couldn't help over here. It's one of my talents. I'm not sure if I'll ever see eye to eye with the Menants or the Roadsworn, but that's not on you. I am interested in what Quinn was saying about research from the Mages Guild, though. Well, that certainly goes along with some information that recently came to my attention. I got word that a Telvanni emissary arrived in Daggerfall with papers to add to the Guild's archives. Papers about Sage Burnett. Intriguing, isn't it? Hasn't Quinn told you? I have friends all over this town. No one looks twice at beggars or street sweepers, yet they see and hear everything. And mages do like to talk. But stealing from the Mages Guild Hall can be tricky. They have magic, you know. Simple. We pickpocket it. It's easier to lift a parcel from whoever's carrying it before Master Gaillard locks it up in the archives. Let me know when you're ready, or if there's something you need to do first. I'll meet you at the Mages Guild.
So, you got into it with the Coldane cartel? About time somebody did. They're going to kill us all if we don't do something about them. Which is the only reason I'm even talking to the Menants and the Street Hawks. What happened on Quinn's job? Obviously, they somehow got word we were after the Nowhere Vault and decided to swoop in. But Quinn's right. We need more information. And I know where to begin. The Red Rook bandits at Illisan Tower. We can dig up some answers there. The Red Rooks work for the cartel. Besides, Coldane hides his criminal activity so the cartel appears legitimate. Mercenaries and vassal gangs do all the dirty work. Around Daggerfall, that's the Red Rooks and their chief Dremic. My road sworn have taken the brunt of the cartel's abuse, and some of them are former Red Rooks. Coldane sends written orders to Dremic, so we go pay him a visit. Or meet me in the dungeon under the tower if you have something else to do first.
Quinn's onto something, daughter. The Nowhere Vault is exactly the job this Thieves Guild needs.
We're hardly a Thieves Guild, Father. At least not yet. But I agree. The Nowhere Vault is too tempting a target to ignore. Ah, Quinn's partner. Truly a pleasure. I understand you already met my father, Basil. Is there something I or House Menant can help you with? Indeed. One wonders if Lord Iveri sent this key to the bank specifically so the Coldane cartel wouldn't find it in his manor when they came to call. If so, we should stroll over and retrieve it. You can go anywhere you like if you appear to belong there, and perhaps arrange a distraction. A keen ear for gossip, some light words, or a little kindness to the right people can take you far. Of course, somnol powder helps. Here, a packet of somnol powder. Toss it near an inconvenient guard or nosy witness, and they briefly fall asleep on their feet. Very useful for slipping by someone without fuss or bloodshed. Do you want me to give you a demonstration? See the dummy there? Try tossing the powder at its feet. Excellent! I'd say you've got the hang of it. As you can see, throwing a packet of somnol powder is easier than tossing a dagger, and far less bloody. No permanent injuries. We may find it useful for our work at the bank today. Certainly. You'll learn to determine when somnol powder will be useful. I hear vendors in the Thieves' Den plan to sell it soon, but I'll replenish your stock as needed when we meet at the bank. Remember, we want to avoid regrettable occurrences, The best way is to stage a distraction, of course. My father and I will take care of that. We can provide you with the opportunity you'll need to withdraw Lord Iveri's valuables without anyone being the wiser. Shall we be on our way? Excellent. Meet me in the Bank of Daggerfall. I shall be waiting by the hearth. And do try not to look shifty, my dear. Confidence is key. Off to work, then. We will see you at the bank.
I fear the criminal Quenneth remains at large, Lady Celine. But you can be sure I will find her. Good day.
Captain Sansone is very determined. Oh, over here, my dear. Gwen's going to lead the law to our doorstep if she's not careful. Well, let's get to work. I chatted with the manager. Lord Iveri's key is in the vault below, while his debt bond contracts are in 2 safe boxes upstairs. We should retrieve both. We came here to get that key, assuming it has some connection to the Codex, but I think we should retrieve those debt bond contracts first. I leave that to you. My father and I will provide a distraction. Here, lockpicks for the safe boxes. To hold someone's debt puts you in a powerful position. Iveri's contract could blackmail or ruin a lot of people. I don't want the Coldane cartel to claim them. While you get the contracts, I'll see about getting us into the vault. I know of a hidden access in a disused passage below. Which reminds me, you need to avoid violence. Use the somnol powder I gave you if you run into trouble. Retrieve the contracts, then meet me downstairs. Now, be ready to make your move. Oh, Eliza! First that horrible tragedy at Iveri Estate, and now a criminal at large?
It's terrible. I'm glad Captain Sansone is looking into it personally.
Indeed. I have the utmost confidence in the Lion Guard.
The captain is... Oh,
Oh no! Father! There you are. Let me open this locking mechanism. Almost got it. Ah! There's a spring I need to hold open. There. Get the key, and only the key, please. We don't want anyone to know we were here. Sorry, I had to let the door close behind you. Look around. Lord Iveri's key should stand out.
Celine! Celine, my dear, are you down here? I think some fresh air has your father feeling much better. Coming!
Find the key, then leave by the side passage. It leads to the city wall. I must go. Did I forget to mention that secret exit? Never quite found a need to use it until now.
keeping secrets from your father? Good for you! I wondered why you told me to meet you here.
Isn't Father a wonderful actor? Just goes to prove that the simplest diversions work best. I assume you retrieved Lord Iveri's key and the debt bond contracts? A rather curious-looking key. What door does it open? Perhaps the answer lies in the Codex Fornet, provided we can ever read it. Now, I confess I left both tasks in your hands to gauge your skill for myself. Did you run into any trouble? Well done. I know a job never goes perfectly, but thieves do better when they leave mysteries instead of bounties in their wake. Let the authorities wonder how it was done, assuming they even noticed the crime. Anyway, what's your next task? Gwen touched on that earlier. I do not see much use for that sort of petty pilfering Edwayne specializes in, but that sounds like a worthwhile prize. The Guildhall is not far. I'll return to the den and keep this key safe for now. My father will take great pleasure in destroying those debt bond contracts, but this key is clearly worth keeping. I'm still unsure about forming a guild with the other gangs, as our animosity runs deep. But Quinn's heist has sparked my imagination. Have you met Abrasia? That woman is the very embodiment of contrariness. Yet I understand she came from circumstances very different from my own. She has made something of herself, in her own way. I just think she could be more. Abrasia has the wits and ambition to succeed in anything she chooses to do. Edwayne, too. They don't have to settle for being street thieves and robbers. My father obviously approves of this notion of forming a thieves' guild, but I'm not convinced. As an idea, nothing. As a reality, is the threat of the cartel enough to truly bind our three rival gangs together? And what do Gwen and her superiors in Abaz Landing get out of all this? Until my suspicions are allayed, I remain skeptical. I should think the answer is obvious. I followed my father into the family business. There was a time when House Menant was on the verge of ruin. My grandfather gambled away his inheritance. My father had to find a way to get it back. While we are no longer impoverished, I have learned that with my particular skill set, I can do some good in this world. return lost valuables to their proper owners, rescue items of beauty from those who would hoard and hide them away. Not always. Sometimes I pilfer a jewel that catches my eye, but I spend as much time finding lost treasures no one owns as I do stealing jewels from lords and merchants, and I steal from no one who doesn't deserve to part with a little wealth.
Right here, friend. I've been waiting for you. This might be tricky. There are a lot of people around, and the city guards are on edge after Lord Iveri's murder. On the bright side, I've been watching for a bit, and I know what we need to do. Mostly. As I told you in the den, a Telvanni emissary arrived to present research papers to Master Guyard. The two of them are talking just up the path. We need to move them someplace where we can listen in. My friend here should be able to help. Carso is a great thief. Here, give him a treat and he'll provide a distraction. Some fake coins can do the same for bystanders, too. Once we get our marks into position, we'll listen in. One of those mages should have the papers we want. Not sure. That's why we need to eavesdrop and find out who's carrying the notes. Pickpocketing requires observation and patience. I'll pull you out if things go awry, but I'm going to let you take the lead. I want to see how you handle it. Let's just take things one step at a time. First, we use distractions to maneuver those two mages over there into a place where we can listen in without them noticing. Think of it as staging a play. We need to place the actors so the scene goes just the way we want it to. Our tools are distraction and misdirection. First, we move that small crowd there. That's a job for Carso. I expect our mages to naturally distance themselves from the crowd, but we don't want them to go too far. We'll use those shiny coins to keep them from continuing down the street, and then I'll nudge them into just the right spot. Be my guest. If you can walk up on the two of them in the open like that, you're a better thief than I am. Otherwise, I advise patience. You'll make us both look like fools if you get caught with your hand in a pocket. There's a basket by the tree up the path. Let's get the mages closer to it so we can eavesdrop. Too many people around. But Carso can distract them. Let's set the stage before we get too much closer. Move some bystanders into place first.
I'm glad I ran into you. What are you wearing to the party?
Oh, hey there, fellow. You want to play?
What is it?
Maybe I could keep him. What a cute little dog.
See? Crowds love a merry dog. Now let's put that drunkard over yonder to use. If that drunkard obstructs the street, our mages should hesitate. Toss a few of the coins I gave you. Good. People avoid others making fools of themselves.
Now that's a lot of coin. Someone ought to pick it up.
All right, I'm on my way. Get into position. I don't feel so good. Just need a moment to catch my breath.
Let's find somewhere more private to speak.
Why is your mysterious patron interested in Sage Vornet anyway?
I never got the chance to ask. Lord Iveri was murdered during a burglary.
That's terrible. And ironic. The papers were sitting in a guild library for ages.
Rosen will find a place for them in our repository.
Did you find out what you needed to know? Then head into the guild hall. I couldn't quite make out what they were saying from here. Did they mention anything about the research notes we're supposed to steal? Rosen is Guyard's assistant. She'll be downstairs in the restricted part of the guild hall. There probably won't be many people around. I once went down there with an initiate and, well, never mind. Head down to the guild repository and lift the research notes from Rosen. Try not to get caught, but I'll do what I can to provide some cover if you need it. I'll be waiting out front when you're done. You're back. Are we done here? No cries of outrage, no angry guards. Things must have gone well. I'd say you have a promising future in property redistribution. So what do we have there? No clue what this arcane dissertation is supposed to tell us about Quen's book, but I'm sure we'll find out soon enough. Anyway, looks like we got what we came for. I admit, I wasn't sure about you. Nice work. That won't be necessary. Just remember that it can be tricky working in public spaces like this. All it takes is one barking dog or sharp-eyed passerby, and suddenly the whole town is on you. So, what's next for you? Yeah, she mentioned something about business at Illisan Tower when Quen was telling us about the cartel's involvement with the estate job. That will be interesting. Watch your step out there. I'll take these notes back to Quen. Not sure how they're going to help us read a book full of gibberish, but then again, I'm no mage. See you back at the Thieves' Den. Look, our gangs are too small to stand up to the Coldane cartel individually, so Basil convinced us there was safety in numbers, calling in Quen and proposing to form a thieves guild. As your very question suggests, none of us see eye to eye. Celine is a noble. She doesn't need to steal. This is all just an amusement to her. She never had to sneak an apple from a cart or bread from a basket to curb her hunger. I like Celine. I admire her father. But they should leave the thieving to us. That's simple. I don't trust her. Abrasia boasts about living free, but she's a bloody-handed robber with a short attention span. The moment she gets bored, someone gets hurt. I'll work with her if I must, but I won't turn my back on her. Not ever.
The werewolves of Camlorn have been vanquished.
Good boy, Carso. Good boy. Now run home and stay out of trouble.
You made it. Let's talk about the plan. Welcome to Illisan Tower's dungeon. If someone tried to stab you on the way in, that's normal. This place has been a Red Rook hideout for as long as anyone can remember. I've had a scrap or two here myself. Ready to cause some trouble? This door leads to the lower dungeon. We go in and make our way to Dremic's quarters. Up some stairs in the eastern passage. Grab any cartel correspondence we find. Gavin Coldane loves telling pissants like Dremic what to do, in writing. Here, I wrote some fake notes for Dremic's Red Rook rivals. Hints of mutiny to sow a little chaos. Plant these in likely spots. I could do it myself, but I'm giving you a chance to impress me. And I expect you to move fast. On jobs like this, the goal is to grab as much loot, or in this case, plant as many notes as possible before people catch on. Each time someone spots you, time gets shorter. So don't get spotted, outlaw. Here's your test. Time's running out. You don't fail if you take too long, but I'll be disappointed. That note should start some trouble. 2 more to go. 1 more note to plant. Don't disappoint me now. Maybe try watching where you're going to put your feet next time. Dremic! You're the best the Red Rook's got? Ooh, I'm shaking in my boots. That's it. Grab the correspondence and meet me outside. Let's go. Meet me outside the city gate. I love the sound of a ruckus behind me. Always makes me smile. let's talk. Not bad, Outlaw. You got the job done, and you didn't get either of us captured or killed. You might just work out. Now, let's have a look at that cartel correspondence you picked up. What do you make of it? Ah, damn it. The cartel was a problem before, but this puts us in direct competition. Coldane writes that one of his chiefs got picked up by the Lion Guard. This Cogwin might be worth looking into. Anyway, want to know how you did on my test? Ha ha. I was going to say you did pretty good, at least until you decided to be a wise arse. It isn't easy to be both fast and stealthy, but there's nothing like the thrill of a job well done. Where are you off to next? You did, and you made it through working with all three of us? Some days I can barely work with myself. Guess you'd better go report back to Quen. Go on ahead. I want to watch for a bit, see if any cartel messengers turn up, or if the Red Rooks send out a runner to tell Coldane what happened here. And thanks again for the help. We were literally rivals yesterday, and today we're trying to work together? It's not natural. And I don't know if this is the best fit for me or my Roadsworn. But to answer your question, Edwayne and Celine are soft. They lack, ambition. Nerve, daring, swagger, call it what you will. With the Street Hawks, the Menants, I guess, and my Roadsworn together, we could be the Lords of High Rock. Take what we want and spit in the world's eye. That would be my kind of guild. Just that my idea of a guild and what the other gang leaders think, I'm not sure they line up. And Quen, we're just supposed to trust a thief we don't know from a place I've never been to? No, there are too many unanswered questions for my liking. That's a pretty personal question, Outlaw. I don't know if you've earned an honest answer from me yet. Let's just say I had a rough start. I learned early on that no one was going to give me anything. I'd have to take it. I don't give it a second thought. I go where I want, I drink and laugh and carouse when I feel like it, and I bend the knee to no one. Not Coldane, not some king or emperor. No one. The world owes me. Until the day I die, I'm going to make it pay. The Coldane cartel is a problem. We need to hit them first.
I'm not going to get Street Hawks killed because you want to fight.
We're a step ahead of Coldane. Why engage when we can just let him chase us?
And hope the cartel goes away? That's as useless as fighting.
Quarreling is getting us nowhere. Our friend's back. I need a word, partner. Despite the argument you just witnessed, the gang leaders were impressed with your work out there. So far, you show all the signs of being an exemplary thief. We're lucky to have you. Now, I want your perspective. How did things go today? Celine was very proud of what happened at the bank. I have an idea about that key, but what you and Abrasia uncovered at Illisan Tower, we need to talk to that Lion Guard prisoner. What about the research from the Mages Guild? It will take some time for me to go over the notes with Basil. He's the closest thing we have to an expert on Librarian Henard and Sage Vornet. Hopefully, though, what we need is in that research. Basil says that everything he's ever heard or read about the Nowhere Vault is that it requires special keys to open. Nowhere keys. I think this may be one of them. Hopefully, the Codex can tell us more. Now, one more thing, but we can't talk here. Let's step outside for a moment so we can speak privately, partner. The next chamber should do. We'll continue this there. There you are. Now that we have some privacy, let's talk. We made progress with the puzzles we set out to solve, and that's good. But I also wanted you to meet Celine, Abrasia, and Edwayne. To work with them and get a sense of who they are. So let's not overlook the most important task you accomplished today. You engaged all three gang leaders to work toward a common goal. And better yet, you won their trust with your skill and discretion. Thanks to you, we're finally on the path to forging the Daggerfall Thieves Guild. Here, your cut from today's take.